Okay, thank you so much for joining. Can you please give your introduction?
Yeah, sure, sir. So first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is I'm from Pune, and I have completed my BE in mechanical in a college from Pune. And from last 1.6 years, I'm working as a ServiceNow admin and in development also. And
Okay.
in my experience, I have worked on mostly at the start of my career, I've worked on ITSM modules and mostly in the admin part, such as creating users, assigning the roles, creating the groups. And after that, in a whole experience, uh, I have came across ITSM modules such as incident management, change management, problem, then service catalog, CMDB. And I have some knowledge on ITOM modules as well, like discovery, CMDB, and event management, then integration. Then I have worked also on reports, dashboards, flow designers, etc. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So when we talk about ITSM, have you implemented anything from scratch?
Uh, from the sketch, as in, I've worked on multiple forms like incident management, then problem management.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
have
put in
created
such a
one
way.
service catalog.
Let me put in such a way. The
Yeah.
work which you have done on ITSM. Tell me one of the challenging project which you have worked on or requirement which you think was challenging and what you did to accomplish that.
Okay, so working, I remember one time I was working on a record producer, and when I was new, I was started working on service catalog also. So creating catalog items and record producers. Mm, that was what I work on ITSM.
Okay. What
Yeah,
change management things you have done? You mentioned in your resume change
change
management.
man.
So what you done in
Uh,
change management?
so I have not worked in much extent on the change management, but I've worked on incident and problem. But I'm having some knowledge on the change management. I have not actually worked on that, but I am having knowledge about change.
Okay. Can you tell me what is a
Yes.
cab?
So CAB is a change advisory board.
Hmm.
When so basically change is something related to the change in the development and some new configuration. It's a suggestion. So when any particular employee suggests any change, at that time it goes to the CAB, which is Change Advisory Board, and then they review and approve the change request, and then we can implement the change.
Okay. What all the possible outcome of a cab? Like
So,
can
sir,
yeah,
sorry, sir, can you come again, please?
yeah. I'm saying what are the possible outcomes of cab meeting or cab approvals? Can they
Okay,
stop your
so
change going forward? Can they
yes, sir,
reject your
obviously they
change?
can.
So
Yes, sir.
on which cases?
The outcome might be positive or negative. So if they feel like the suggested change is following the guidelines and not hampering any privacy security of the system, then they will obviously pass our change. And if they're observing any issues like the change suggested by us is hampering the security compliance of the system, then
Hmm.
they will not approve our change.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What work you have done in CMDB?
CMDB, I have not worked on CMDB, but I have studied it on YouTube and some platforms as well.
Okay, now let's come to ITOM. What you
Yes,
have
sir.
done for with respect to ITOM?
So in my past experience, I have the most of the work I have done in ITSM, but along side by side, I keep studying about multiple things in ServiceNow, because
Hmm.
ServiceNow is a very big platform. So I keep studying. So in I talking about the item, I have studied discovery, CMDB, uh, and then knowledge management, then integration.
Okay.
I can tell you
Uh,
about it. I have some knowledge.
okay. If I ask you, what is the use of knowledge management and how it help in reducing incidents? So, what you
Yes,
can
yes.
say?
So the knowledge management is the process of managing the knowledge of any industry or any organization for sake of the work environment. And in knowledge management, it consists of knowledge base and knowledge articles. So it basically consists of multiple important things like self-help tips, then different policies, and then some troubleshooting knowledge, which can be very beneficiary uh, for our organization. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so the benefits of it is knowledge base is it promotes the knowledge sharing, then it increases the efficiency of the work, and yeah, yes sir, it is very helpful for our knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you know about discovery? First of all, tell me what is discovery.
Okay, sir. So discovery comes in picture uh, when we work with the CMDB. Any company before starting invest in the multiple assets such as hardware, software, or any assets related to the network. So they
Mm-hmm.
have to keep a record about that. So to keep the record, they use CMDB, which is configuration management database. So
Okay.
if we are talking, uh, if you are talking without considering discovery in a picture, then we have to manually do the things. Uh, we have to do it using Excel sheet or imports. But when the discovery comes into the picture, it uses sensors, probes, and patterns to individually discover particular catalog items and different CIs, and it automates the process of discovery.
You know the phases of discovery? Any idea?
Phases of discovery. No, sir. I know the types of discovery.
Okay. Tell me what are the types?
So there are two types of discovery, which is horizontal discovery and
Mm-hmm.
top-down discovery. Talking about the horizontal discovery, in horizontal discovery, it investigate for the particular catalog item one by one individually. But when we are talking about the top-down discovery, it only focuses on a particular business, which is underlying the multiple resources or multiple assets. The horizontal discovery focuses on the broad aspect, and the top-down discovery focuses on a specific aspect.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me one example.
Sorry, sir. Actually, I have not worked on that, so I cannot provide an example. I'll
Okay.
look
How
for
much
that.
development you have done in ServiceNow?
I have just worked on some basic business rules, client scripts. Mm,
Have you created any script include?
Script include no, sir. Actually, I'm trying it. I'm learning it right now, but I have not worked on script include as much.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me the types of business roles you know.
Yes, sir. There are four types of business rule. Uh, so basically, business rule, there are four types: before
Mm-hmm.
business rule, after business rule, display business rule, and async business rule. So the before business rule, so the business rule is basically related to the server side. So it deals with the data when we are entering, inserting, deleting, or performing any CRUD operation in the database. So the before business rule, uh, it will execute before inserting the data into the database, and
Okay.
in after business rule, it will update the record when we insert the data into the database. And async business rule, talking about the async business rule, um, it will mm, it will execute asynchronously. Asynchronously means it won't wait for any other operations to complete. It will execute in background. It is used in cases such as sending emails. So basically, uh, async rule is used for operations which are not important and which are not much urgent.
Okay. Not important
Yeah,
is not the word. Urgent is okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Everything is
Sorry, sorry.
important, right?
Yeah. It is important, but urgent.
Not
That's
immediate,
my mistake.
where we do not
Yeah.
need immediate action. Okay,
Immediate
got
actions,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so there is one more known as query business rule. Do you know about that?
Uh, yes, sir. When we
Give me
have
one
to
example
apply,
of query.
when we have to apply any specific rules on uh, when we are querying the data, at that time we use query business rule. Suppose we are querying the incidents which are only active incidents. At that time we can use the query business rule.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me about integrations. How many integrations you have done till now?
Okay, so integration is basically when different applications uh, collaborate with each other to share the information. We can call it as
Okay.
integration. So there are two types of integration: inbound and outbound.
Okay.
So yes, sir. So I have knowledge on REST integration. So
Mm-hmm.
REST is a representational state transfer protocol. I
Okay.
have, so first of all, I will tell you what is inbound and outbound.
Sure,
So
please.
outbound, yes, outbound call is when ServiceNow request the other application to share the information. That call can be called as outbound call, and vice versa. Inbound call is when the third party application requests the ServiceNow to share the information. At that time, we can call it inbound call. So I will tell my experience on integration.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I have not worked on any actual project of integration, but I have tried it on my PDI.
Good.
So yes, sir. So I have used Postman for the testing purpose.
Okay.
Uh,
So what all components are there if I want to configure a proper integration in Postman? Tell me the steps.
okay, so Postman, there are multiple uh, methods which are put, post, delete, sorry, get, put, post, patch, and there is one also. I'm not remembering that, but I know the four: get, post,
Okay.
put, patch, and delete. Yes, delete. There are five
Okay.
methods of REST. Uh, and should I tell the procedure what I've done?
Yes, yes, please. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I have tried fetching the data from the incident table, in which the use case was like, suppose I want to fetch the incidents which in which caller is able tutor, and
Mm-hmm.
they are active incidents. So I went to the incident table. I in filter, I applied the filter as a caller is able tutor, and active is equals to true. And then I copied that query, and I came to the REST Explorer. And when, and there we have to provide some information as like namespaces, API name, API version, then we have to paste that query which we copied from the incident table into the query parameters, and then we have to send it. So when we send it, we are doing it on a browser. When it will give the status as 200, so it is passing the test. At that time there is a link. uh, I copied that link, and I went to Postman. And in Postman there is first of all we have to do authentication. So I selected basic auth, and I provided the username and password. So it requires a REST service role for doing this testing. Uh,
Okay.
so we are so for fetching the what use case we are getting. Yeah, so fetching the information in which the incident is called by the able tutor, and which is active. So we'll paste that link and select the get method. And
Okay.
uh, when we check, we can get the records.
Great.
Yes, sir.
So, in case of authentication, what you have used? Which type of authentication you have used?
I have basic authentication, sir.
Basic. So just user
Yes,
ID
sir.
password.
User ID password, and it requires REST role.
Okay. So have you tried any
Yeah.
other or any other authentication method?
No, sir, no. I'll
Please
study
try
that.
that also. Okay.
Sure,
There
sir,
are
sure.
various ways to, so you can try it and see how it happens.
Okay, okay.
What is the response? Because in this way only you will be able to understand the basic things directly
Okay, sir.
from your PDI only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is the data policy?
Okay, so data policy, it's same like UI policy. Only the
Mhm.
difference in between UI policy and data policy is that uh, UI policy works on the client level, but data policy works on the server level, the database level.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you how it actually works. So the data policy, there is a when we open the data policy, there it's completely same like the UI policy. Only the difference is there are some multiple checkboxes, like apply on import set, apply on web servers, apply on REST services.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was practicing it on my PDI, uh, suppose I was suppose we are importing any data from some Excel sheet, and there are multiple columns and multiple rows. And suppose I want to keep a column, like suppose there is a configuration column. I want to keep it mandatory. So I will
Okay.
create a data policy and select while importing, and go down, and there is an option called in UI policy there is an option called UI actions. The same way in data policy, there is option called data rules. So we will create one data rule and select the mm, field of configuration, and we will check the mandatory checkbox. So while importing, it will make mandatorily check the configuration field is there or not.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So good. Tell me about order guide. What do you know about order guide? How it is
Yes, sir.
different
So
from catalog item?
yeah, yeah. So the catalog item focuses on only one item at a time at a request. But when we are talking about the order guide, it can order multiple catalog items in a single request. Suppose it most of the time it is used in case of when there are new employee joining. So
Okay.
if you are not considering order guide, that employee have to request everything he wants, like he needs ID, multiple software email ID passwords, then he need any laptop, then he has to request every single time for the every single CI. So when the order guide comes into the picture, that employee can just go to the order guide, and there is a already set template where there are multiple items encapsulated in one request only. Then he will use order guide. So it will save the more time and energy of both the employee and support team also.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Mm, suppose I have one scenario here.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I want to show only in progress incidents to
Okay.
ITIL people. Let's say if you are
Yeah, okay.
ITIL, if you log in into system and if you go to
Mm-hmm.
incident table, I want to show only in progress incidents.
Okay.
So how you will accomplish this? What all are the ways available?
So first of all, we can imply an ACL on that in this case. We can apply an ACL where the role required will be ITIL.
Mhm.
And can you repeat the use case, sir, please, once again?
Yes, I want to see in progress incidents to be
Okay, okay.
shown only for ITIL people. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
a role as ITIL, if you go to incident table, you will see only incidents which are in progress. Rest all will be
Mhm.
hidden.
So in AC, we will create an ACL in which the role is ITIL, and we will select the state of that incident table in condition of the ACL. We will select the state is in progress. We can accomplish like this.
Okay. I would
Am I right, sir?
after the call try it, okay? And then ping me once you
Yes,
have
sir.
done.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So with this, I'm done with the interview. You have any question?
Okay, so I'm have so talking about the development.
Mm-hmm.
What should I study in development, sir? As of 2 years of experience.
Yeah, start from the basics. Like you already see, there is a JavaScript series posted by Chuck Tomasi, right? So start with that
Mm-hmm.
JavaScript series, okay? In order
Okay.
to understand ServiceNow scripting, not much JavaScript is needed, but whatever is mentioned in that series by Chuck Tomasi, it is very useful and beneficial. Once you are
Okay.
done,
Okay.
then we have once you are familiar with those concepts, basic of
Okay.
JavaScript, then you can easily use Glide APIs. Okay, you just need to
Okay,
use
sir.
Glide APIs most of the time. Okay,
Yes, yes, yes. I
and
have
use
worked it.
looping and all these basic things. So if you know basic how to declare variables and what are variables, how to store values, how to loop, and what is
Yes, yes.
for loop, while loop. So these basic things, if you understand, then it's not
Yes.
much rocket science to work in ServiceNow disk scripting
Uh,
domain.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Apart from
Actually,
that,
I'm familiar.
yeah,
I'm familiar with that. All the glide record, the methods, and if loop.
just practice
Yes,
different
yes.
scenarios. Okay.
Yeah,
Various
yes, sure.
scenarios are there available on if you go to community. There are various
No.
questions which are available. Just look into those questions, see what they're asking, and try to. Even though
Mhm.
solution is already there, but you can yourself also try it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure, sure.
Yeah. Apart from that, work on other modules, grasp your knowledge on ITOM. As you
Okay.
already started working on ITOM, it is very much important and it can
Yes.
make your career good. Okay. So
Okay,
focus
sir.
specifically on ITOM. No need to go for any other as you already started ITOM. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
these
Yes.
are the few suggestions which I can give right now. Any other question?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. All the best. You have good
Yes, sir.
confidence. Just practice more. Okay. Daily, at least 1 hour practice on PDI is needed here if you want to
Yes, sir.
succeed.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I've been following you from the day one when I've started the service now.
That's
Yeah, thank you so much
great
for that.
news for me. And if you have any friend
Yeah.
who want to give mock interviews to boost their
Sure, sir.
confidence as well as to understand what they actually know. Okay, so just
Yes, sir.
let them know and give my reference so that they can also get benefited. Thank you so much and all the best.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Have a
Yeah,
great day.
bye. Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.